Is that Miss St. Charles?
It is. How are you? My name's different on here. I'm sorry. I don't know how to change it.
That's okay.
All right, good morning, everyone. Court is now in session. Officer, are you in the courtroom this morning? Is there an officer in the courtroom this morning? If not?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh. All right, welcome to 36th District Court, everyone. I'm glad to see you on this morning. I am going to ask everyone to please mute your phone. I'm going to mute individuals who are not muted. Please do not unmute until I ask you to unmute for your hearing. That way we don't have all of the background noise. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and you are on our specialty court docket on this morning. If for some reason you believe that you are here and you should not be here, please make sure you hang up and dial 313-965-2280, which is the courtroom, and my clerk will direct you to the right place. Also on this morning, this is a court of law. Yes, we are on Zoom, we are virtual. This is also being aired by way of YouTube. So I need you to make sure on this morning that you are dressed appropriately for court. Please make sure that your camera, all I need to see is from here to the top of your head. That's all I need to see. I don't need to see what you have on. I don't need to see your midriff. I don't need to see what's going on in your background. Please make sure that you keep your camera where I can see your face, and that at all times you are dressed appropriately for court, as well as any others who may cross your screen during court session. I don't want to see what your family members are wearing either. So please make sure you have your camera appropriately adjusted. On this morning, I want to say good morning to the courtroom staff. Good morning, Ms. Drew, and good morning, officer, I think. And then I want to say good morning to our attorneys. And then I know we have a court reporter on this morning. Good morning, Miss Kathy.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Thank you for coming to serve on this morning. And
You're
so we
welcome.
appreciate you. All right. With that, I am going to have the attorneys place your appearance on the record. You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court Defense Attorney, P 23863. Judge, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Reed. Your motion is granted. I can see you and I can hear you. How about that? All right. All right, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you and good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P 31894, Drug Treatment Court Defense Counsel. I too would make a similar motion, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Good morning, Mr. Fikens, and your motion is granted. All right, I'll have the case managers, if you could place your appearance on the record, please. Let's start with Ms. Cleveland. I see you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Toshi Cleveland, case manager for Sobriety Court.
Thank you, and good morning, Ms. Cleveland. And then I have Mr. Yancey.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Sobriety Court this morning, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, Mr. Yancey and Mr. Griffin.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Griffin, Drug Court Case Manager on behalf of the Probation Department.
All right, good morning, Mr. Griffin. I also see that I have the Wayne County Sheriff's Division 1 on this morning, and I need to know, who do you have in your custody on this morning? I'll ask you to unmute.
Yes, Judge, we have Brenda Holly.
All right, Ms. Holly was not scheduled until 1:30 on today. Ms. Drew, did that order, well, there, yes, did that order go out? It should be 1:30.
1:30?
Yes, it is, Judge.
Yeah, and actually, who do I have the pleasure of speaking with at the Wayne County? Yeah.
Deputy Carruthers.
Okay, thank you, and good morning to you.
Good morning.
Actually, on yesterday, there was a conference that took place with Ms. Holly's attorney, Ms. Bradley Baskin, as well as the attorneys from our specialty court, and Ms. Holly's matter has been adjourned to Friday of next week. If we need to see her earlier, that doesn't mean she's going to be at the jail until Friday, but just for purposes of making sure we give ourselves enough time, Ms. Holly will be seen on let's see, that's the 30th of April, and that'll be at 8:30 a.m. And Ms. Drew, if you could prepare another order, this all took place, Ms. Drew, after hours, so I know it's foreign that you're hearing this on this morning, but if you could prepare the appropriate order, she'll be coming back to me on April 30th.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Okay,
have a good day.
anything else you need from me, from the
That
Wayne
is
County
it.
Jail?
That's it, Judge. You have a great day.
Okay, you do the same. Thank you so much.
All right.
All right, very good. All right, I am going to start off this morning, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, I know, and case managers, we've staffed, and there are a few people that need to go into breakout rooms. And so for the case managers, I know Mr. Mcgraw needs to go and speak with an attorney. Mr. Hamilton needs to speak with an attorney. Mr. Wyatt needs to speak with an attorney. And so who wants to go into what breakout room first? Because I'm going to start with the individuals who are on track this morning.
Yes, Judge. I'll talk to Mr. Hamilton starting out, Judge, please.
All right, very good. And so I'm going to create those breakout rooms, and I'm going to send Attorney Reed and Mr. Hamilton into breakout room number 1. Give me a second before I extend the invitation. Mr. Fikens, who will you go into the breakout room with on this morning?
I'll go in with Mr. McGraw to start, Judge.
All right, I will send Mr. Mcgraw. And Mr. Fikens into breakout room number 2. And then I'm opening those rooms. Please accept the invitation.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, with that, I'm ready to start calling the remainder of my docket. And I'm going to start with Miss St. Charles. And so Miss St. Charles, would you please unmute yourself?
Yes, I'm on mute, Your Honor. How are you?
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm doing okay this morning. Thank you.
Okay, very good. I know it's been a little bit, you've had a couple of challenges, but I'm glad to see you on this morning because I hadn't seen you in a while. So
Yes.
it's good to see you. All
Thank
right, let me place your case numbers on the record very quickly. I have case number SP 995-6111, U24479-015, and U24497-315. State your full name for the record, Ms. St. Charles.
Yes, Your Honor. My name is Carrie Lynn St. Charles.
All right. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing well this morning. I feel pretty good this morning. Thank you.
All right. Very good. You're hanging in there?
Yes, I'm hanging in there.
Go ahead.
One day closer every day.
Yes, ma'am. And you are definitely on the last stretch. And so how are you feeling about working your program and staying on track?
I feel wonderful about it. I got a great support system going on, especially with Miss Cleveland and Miss Alice and the girls that come along with the classes. Very helpful to me.
All right, very good. Is there anything that you're having difficulty with respect to working your program that you need us to help you with?
No, not at this time. I'm really working on new treatment plans and new goals right now with my counselors, and I'm doing pretty well with it.
All right, very good. And you're instrumental in developing that treatment plan and those goals?
Yes, absolutely, especially in parenting. Working out a balance system between new parenting again and my recovery. Absolutely.
All right. And you know how critical that will be, right, to your success and the success of your baby, right?
Very.
All right. Anything you need us to help you with?
Not that I believe, not at this moment. Miss Cleveland's been helping me a lot, so I've been calling her anytime that I've been needing help.
All right. Very good. Very good. Good morning, Alice J. Good morning to you. Do you have anything to report? It's good to see you. Do you have anything to report out as to Miss St. Charles?
Oh, no, Miss St. Charles is She's doing the thing. I'm waiting for that little baby to come. That's all.
I think she's waiting too. I think we're all waiting, right? All right. Thank you, Alice J. Miss Cleveland, anything additional to report out on Miss St. Charles? You indicated in staffing yesterday that she is in compliance with all of the terms and conditions and that there were no issues. Is there anything additional?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Very good. When do you have Miss St. Charles coming back to court?
She is in phase 2, and she will be coming back for a face-to-face on May 14th, 2021 at 9:30 a.m.
All right. Very good. Did you get that, Miss St. Charles?
I did not receive the term. I didn't hear that. I'm sorry. May 14th at what time?
9:30 a.m.
9:30 a.m. Thank you.
Yes. And it'll be for a face-to-face with Miss Cleveland, okay?
Yes.
All right, very good. Good to see you. Your other daughter, she's doing well?
Yeah, she's doing quite well. She's excited for the baby. So next time I'm on here, you'll probably see the baby.
Oh, yes, I know. All right, very good. Hang in there. So proud of you. Continue doing what you're doing. You're making some good decisions. Yes, and we want you to continue to do that.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
You too.
All right. I am ready on Miss Bennett. Miss Bennett, if you could unmute for me, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning. State your name for the record.
Latasha Bennett.
All right. I have the following for you. SP 791-8741, SX202-73681, case number 1405816-601. Miss Bennett, things are still going well?
Things are going well with me.
All right. Very good. You're still on the mend?
Yes.
All right. Doing everything that you're supposed to be doing?
I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing, taking it day by day.
All right. All right. Very good. Very good. And so we had the opportunity to staff on yesterday, and Mr. Griffin reported that you are doing well, that you're in compliance. You tell me what you've been doing since the last time I've seen you.
Like I said, I've been taking it day by day. I've been going to my classes, my meetings every week, twice a week. One meetings twice a week, one meetings once a week. I've been going to meetings, especially on Zoom. Been doing it on Zoom.
Okay.
Learning how to deal with myself and respect myself and being happy with myself, seeing the things that I can accomplish without drinking, more things that I can accomplish, more things that I could save, and just I'm being happy with myself.
All right. Very good. Tell me something that you've learned since the last time I've seen you, since you've been going to a lot of meetings. Come on, help somebody in the courtroom this morning.
I learned to, by not drinking, I have a healthier body. I have more energy. I don't always sleep like that all the time, because when I was drinking, I just wanted to go to sleep half the time. When I wasn't working, I was drinking. And then I'm not out here, like I said, I'm not driving. Drinking and driving is real, it's tough. I've been seeing a lot going on with people driving, drinking, and having plenty of accidents. I've seen a couple of deaths last week.
Oh, drinking and driving related? Or
yes.
Just death in
yes.
general?
Yes.
Oh, wow. What did you think about that?
When someone else got killed and they weren't, drinking. Someone had kids in the car, the kids got killed and parents were drinking, it's crazy.
Yeah, bad combination, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of blessed that I did get stopped and I'm in this program, because I would hate for that to happen to me, and it's just sad.
And it can happen to anyone, right?
Yeah.
Nobody plans on drinking and driving and killing someone or ending up dead. Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad that you're glad you're here.
Yes.
Yes. And that you're working the program. You're doing everything you're supposed to do. What do you need us to help you with, Miss Bennett?
Nothing at this moment. I got my counselors, sponsors, and group and stuff. So, yeah, got a good support team.
All
So
right.
nothing at this moment.
All right. Very good. You know that we're here if you need us, right?
Yes.
All right. Very good. Okay. Mr. Griffin,
Yeah,
anything else on Miss Bennett?
no, Your Honor, we did stop this case. I did report out Ms. Bennett has been in compliance with the conditions as ordered by the court. Just getting her prepared to get ready for phase 2. So, we still just working. So, but other than that, she's been doing good, Your Honor.
All right. Very good. Very good. Miss Bennett, do you have questions for anyone on the team this morning?
No, ma'am.
All right. Mr. Reed, no, I think I just saw Mr. Fikens. Mr. Fikens, anything you'd like to add as to Miss Bennett?
Thank you, Your Honor. Only Ms. Bennett, it sounds like you're doing a great job. I wasn't here for the whole presentation, but we did staff you, and you're doing a great job. Keep up the great work, ma'am. We're proud of you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Keep up the great work that you're doing, Miss Bennett. We are very proud of you. And if you don't have any questions, Mr. Griffin, what would be the return to court date for Miss Bennett?
Your Honor, I'm gonna bring her back on a Thursday, get her back on the right date. So that'll be May the 6th, May the 6th at 8:30 a.m., Your Honor.
All right, Miss Bennett, did you get that?
Yes.
All right, we will see you then. Take care. Continue
You
to
as
do
well.
well. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. I am at Miss Ellis is moving around, so I'll just keep going. Let me see, Miss Ellis. Miss Ellis, you're not driving, are you?
No, my grandfather is driving me. I have an appointment at the Detroit Recovery Project at 9.
Let's do your case right now. Can you do it now?
Yes.
All right, wonderful. I have Z8066081 for Deja Ellis. State your name for me, Miss Ellis.
Deja Ellis.
All right, how are you today, Miss Ellis?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm glad to hear that you're going to work one part of your program. What do you think about the services at DRP so far?
They're actually pretty good. In my group meetings though, there's some people involved, that have more serious, disorders. So it's kind of uncomfortable, but it's okay. Like my counselor, she's really good.
Okay. Okay. Did you let her know that in the group sessions that there's some discomfort for you?
Yeah, she knows that, and she tells me to be nice to this person, but because he has schizophrenia and he seems to be a paranoid schizophrenic, but she's aware of it.
Okay, because I want to make sure that you're letting them know, right? Because it's important for you to get everything that you're supposed to get in those sessions. And so if you're uncomfortable, then especially to the point where you're not able to receive the things that you need to receive, you need to make sure you let them know, let your case manager know, so that they can make some adjustments, okay?
Yeah, because Wednesday we had our group meeting. There was a little bit of an outburst, but it kind of, prolonged the meeting because of that. But she had it under control.
Okay, she did have it under control.
Yeah.
All right. Are you keeping an open mind in your groups and in your meetings?
Yes.
Tell me something you've learned.
I've learned that, she played a movie. It was called When a Man Loves a Woman, and she was basically trying to show us how bad addiction can be and how it could really affect somebody, and how, people with addiction, they'll use manipulation a lot of times.
And what'd you take from that? What'd you learn from that?
I learned, that it can really, mess up your relationship with people that you're close to that actually do love you. Because, they can't just keep helping you and keep dealing with the fact that you have addiction and trying to hide it.
Yes, yes. And did you learn anything else from it?
No, because then there was the outburst, so she had to stop.
Oh, okay. All right. Make sure that this is Miss Hawthorne, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Make sure she knows about, and I think Who's Miss Ellis's case manager, Miss Cleveland?
Yes, Your
Yeah.
Honor.
All right. Make sure you have some discussions with Miss Ellis off the record, because while, the group is necessary as a part of the plan, I want to make sure she's able to receive what she should get from those meetings. And I understand sometimes everybody's not in the same place, but we want to make sure that we're not putting Miss Ellis in a bad position, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. You've been doing everything else you're supposed to do, Miss Ellis?
Yeah, I've still been doing my classes every day and also going to my testing.
All right, very good. You've been journaling when it comes to your meetings, writing, jotting something down?
Yes.
All right, that's very important. Very good. All right, is there anything that you need us to help you with, Miss Ellis?
Not as of right now.
All right, you know that if you need assistance with anything, you can let us know. You don't have to wait until the bottom falls out. You can call us, through Miss Cleveland. You can come into the courtroom through Zoom, because we are here to help you get through this process, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. Let me hear from you, Miss Cleveland. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor, she is reporting accurately. She's in compliance with our court orders.
All right, very good. With that, Miss Ellis, if you don't have any questions, Miss Cleveland, I'd like you to give us a return to court date for Miss Ellis.
Your Honor, I would like to ask which date would be preferable to you, because she's available on Fridays due to her work schedule. So the next Friday is the 7th, which you're not available. So I could ask her to come back on the 30th or on the 14th.
Let's do she's been doing well. There are no issues. Is that right? Let's do the 14th. And of course, if we need to make an adjustment, Miss Cleveland will do that. Okay. And
yes,
so
sure.
let's do the 14th, May 14th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Very good. Miss Ellis, anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, anything you'd like to add as to Miss Ellis?
I missed most of the presentation, but it sounds like she's doing a good job. Keep up the good work, Miss Ellis, and be safe. Thank you.
And Your Honor, if I might add, it sounds like a great report, Miss Ellis. Keep up the good work. Good luck to you. We are proud of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Miss Ellis, I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Do well, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, take care. All right. Someone needs to go into a breakout room with Mr. Wyatt. And so please let me know who that will be.
I'll go in with him, Judge.
All right, very good. And so, Mr. Reed, I'm going to have you and Mr. Wyatt go to breakout room number 3. And so, Mr. Wyatt, I will need you to accept my invitation to a breakout room at this time. All right, I'm going to continue. Let's go to Ms. Zacher. Good morning, Ms. Zacher. Uh-oh, we've got to get you to unmute. Oh, I accidentally muted you. You have to unmute again.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, state your full name for the record.
I'm Christy Zacher.
All right, Ms. Zacher, I have the following for you. I have you 534-455-119. How are you doing, Ms. Zacher?
I'm doing good. Feels good to be home.
Okay, all right. And so you're back at home?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And so tell me what that's like, Ms. Zacher.
I got home Wednesday. So far I was able to get a new phone turned on and change the number. My brother brought my goddaughter over yesterday. So we had a little fun. We played hide and seek. And I was able to get on the phone and set up some outpatient with community care services. I was able to apply for some food assistance with DHS yesterday. I was able to test with JAMS. So I've been just trying to get some responsibilities up and rolling and trying to get some things taken care of.
All right. Who serves as the case manager for Ms. Zacher?
It's Miss Rob's case, Your Honor, but I'll be stepping in for her today.
Right. Okay, because Mr. Griffin, I don't have a poker face. So, there were some things I'm not aware of. but I know you're just filling in. So I'll talk about those in staffing, okay? All
Okay.
right. And so Ms. Zacher, you're back at home. What's different? What are you doing differently?
What I'm doing different is I'm trying to take things slow and not get overwhelmed. I'm taking my medication as prescribed. I had an appointment with Team Wellness yesterday. I contacted them 3 times because it was telehealth, and Bernita Robinson still hasn't called. But the good thing is I do have 19 pills left. And so that's no big issue at this point. And I'll call back again today. And I did learn at Naomi's Nest that if I do ever have an issue with not receiving my medication, I can go to the hospital to receive the medication. So there's some new things I have learned in treatment.
All right.
So
Very good.
yeah, and I'm gonna make a meeting today. I don't have car insurance at this point, so if there's anything I can do to maybe get some bus passes in case the family's not available to help, because there's gonna be a time someone's not gonna be able to help me. So if I can get maybe some bus passes for now, so I can be responsible and try to help myself until I could get back on my feet and
Mr.
look for some employment.
Mr. Griffin, do you think you can help out with that?
Yeah, I spoke with Mr. Morgan this morning about some other things as far as helping her out with testing for probably at least 30 days or whatever. And he okayed that. So I would get that set up. Now I have to check with Miss Rhonda and everything to see, do we have any bus passes or anything available? I'm not really sure. But I did speak to him about, I talked to Ms. Zacher yesterday and this morning, Your Honor, once I looked at and saw that she, her release date and everything. So I did immediately get on the phone, tell her to go test, and get her set up for 3 times testing per week and to get in touch to the outpatient treatment. So she did call me back this morning and let me know that she was in compliance. So and I did speak with Mr. Morgan this morning, and she did indicate that she needed some help until she got on her feet. So we did get that approved, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful, wonderful. Mr. Griffin, one of the things that I will need, what was the recommendations for continuum of care upon her release from the nest? I have no idea because yeah. Okay, if we could get that from them. And
I
then
have that paper as well, Your Honor.
you have it. Make sure you get it to Mr. Griffin. He'll connect back with you, okay? You don't have
Yes,
to
Your
do it
Honor.
right this second, but give it to him so he can make sure that it's in the file for Ms. Robs, and so that I'll know what's the
Okay.
recommendation for the continued care.
Okay, Your Honor.
Alice J., you had something?
Yeah, make sure she put me on that continual care.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, actually, I did call Alice J from Naomi's Nest of the business number that was in her book, and I got the voicemail. So I just I messaged her via this Zoom as well. So I'll contact her today as well.
All right, so let's make sure, Alice J., look in the chat, make sure you, Ms. Zacher, you get Alice J's number, because that's very important for your continued care. Okay.
I got it.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Alice J. Thank you, Ms. Zacher. That's right. You have to take responsibility for how do I make sure going forward that I have some good resources available to me and that I'm using them. Are there any other differences or things that you're going to do differently now that you're back home?
Oh, I'm going to do a lot of things differently. You know, I actually believe I was blessed. I'm not blessed for the relapse, but I was blessed for the time I spent in Naomi's Nest, because I learned so much there. Most importantly, I learned how to problem solve. And there are a lot of the things like that, my thinking errors. So there was a reason why I believe God sent me there, because those are the areas, even without relapsing, that I struggled with the most. So that's what I will be working on, is how to problem solve everyday life situations and how to correct my thinking errors. Like they taught me how to check in with myself 3 times a day. And, you know, from the morning, how to set your tone for the day, midday, how is your day going? Is there anything that you can do different to improve your day? And at the end of the day, was there any thinking errors? How can your day tomorrow be any different? So I've learned how to just try to handle situations differently and to pause before I react to any situation.
Yes.
So I'm sorry that I relapsed, but I really learned some valuable life lessons being there.
Look, as long as you learned some valuable lessons that you can now apply, we're past the relapse. We
Thank you,
are.
Your Honor.
We are. You are now looking at the future, and you're putting some mechanisms in place so that hopefully you can avoid a future relapse. And that's what we're going to focus on.
And
I love to hear the fact that you're saying you get up in the morning, you own your day. Yes, because we set the tone for our own day, right?
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
so I'm a big reader. And so I have this book, this daily book I read. I just started daily journal it's called Make It a Great Day. Make it a great day. I believe you can go on Amazon and get it.
I'm gonna write that down. Make it a great day.
Make it a great day. The author is Lisa Ballard. She's out of Chicago. And it's every day. And it's about taking ownership of your day, adjusting your attitude. Sometimes we let the things from yesterday or from the earlier during the week dictate how we behave in the present moment. And we really do ourselves a disservice when we do that. And so it's talking about taking ownership. And what I like about it is it's something, I think it's for 40 days and it's not a lot of reading, but it's something you can do like before you actually start your day. And it's just taking ownership of your day, setting the tone for your day. Irrespective of what happened on yesterday.
I'll definitely check into that with on Amazon. And I believe it was Alice J, if I'm not mistaken. She had stated in one of the groups that a temporary inconvenience is worth a permanent change.
Yes.
I know I fought you about going to Naomi's Nest, but like Alice says, it was worth the permanent change.
It was worth it. Temporary inconvenience. I love that, Alice J. Temporary inconvenience. Yes. It's
Your Honor, when I got there, I soaked up as much information as I possibly could, because it stuck in my head what you kept stating when we were in court. What did we miss? What did we miss? And that bothered me because the courts didn't miss anything, Your Honor. I missed something, and you all did a wonderful job with me.
But you know that we always have to look within. Anytime we hit a bump in the road, we still have to look at ourselves. The court, you have to look at yourself. Case manager has to look at themselves. And so that's so we care about you and we want to get it right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. You look great today, Ms. Zach.
Thank you.
Well,
I'm excited. My brother invited me over for the night to have a sleepover with my goddaughter and my nephew.
Look at you. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is this the same brother that was a little frustrated with you?
No, I have two brothers. They're both actually good. Only one is mean when I'm not living my life right. But my one brother, all his kids are grown, and my younger brother just started his family a few years ago.
Right.
So I'm going to my younger brother's house.
Very good. I hope you enjoy that time with you said goddaughter and
my goddaughter and her baby brother.
And her baby.
He's 5 and he's 2.
Oh,
so
my
goodness.
babies.
Yeah.
And you want to do a sleepover with them? Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. Very good. Ms. Zacher, is there anything you need us to help you with at this time?
Basically just some bus passes, and I know I have Medicaid, so I can try to utilize them with some rides for doctor's appointments. Like I do have a vehicle, but my car insurance lapsed while I was at Naomi's Nest, so I want to do the right thing and not drive. So until I could get that taken care of.
Thank you for wanting to do the right thing. So Mr. Griffin, let's see if we can get that handled for her on short order, okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
Wonderful. Mr. Griffin, was there anything else that needed to be reported out on Ms. Zacher?
No, Your Honor, like I said, I did contact with her, so she has been responsive. She seems to be doing everything that she was instructed to do. So she seems to be in a good place right now. So I did give her my contact information in the absence of Ms. Robb if she need anything. So I will get with her after this phone call to, to go over a couple of more things just to make sure she's on track this weekend, Your Honor. And I would like to bring her back in 2 weeks. So Ms. Robb hopefully will be back so we can make sure that, she's on track with everything and we get an opportunity to staff the case, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. And 2 weeks would take us to?
I'd like to do the 6th because I know the 7th is.
I won't be here the 7th.
Yeah, so
May 6th, okay.
Back on a Friday.
All right, so we'll do May 6, 2021, and that'll be at 8:30 a.m. And then Alice J, we'll have to get with you to see how you want, if is it better to schedule the people that you're interacting with on that Thursday? Because I won't be in on that Friday. Okay, I don't know if Thursday will work for you. We'll work it out.
Thursdays are usually good for me. I got group and then a staff meeting from 10 to 12.
All right.
So it
Okay.
had to be like early from 8:30 to 9, something, you know.
Okay, we'll work it out.
Okay.
We'll work it out. All right, wonderful. All right, Ms. Zacher, good to see you. Very proud of you. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, anything on Ms. Zacher?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, Ms. Zacher. Good report, a good attitude. You're working the program. We're proud of you. Keep up the good work and be safe. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, if I might add, Ms. Zacher, you know, as we talked about in the past, it's not that you fall down, it's how you get back up, and you've gotten back up very nicely. You're really doing a great job. We are proud of you. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Zacher, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Take care. Have a great weekend.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. You too.
All right. Okay. All right. I am ready on. Where's Ms. Hornstein? I know she was on. There you are. Good morning. Unmute yourself for me.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. State your name for the record.
Stephanie Arlette Hornstein, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Hornstein, I have the following matter for you, 200-445-7101. How are you doing this morning, Ms. Hornstein?
I'm doing good, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Have you made the adjustments?
I have.
All right, how's it going?
It's going wonderful. I love it here. Love, 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 love it here.
All right, what do you love about it?
I love the area. I love my roommates. I love the structure. We're in groups from every day from 9 to 2:30. So that's a little bit different because, you know, the last transitional, we didn't have any, we didn't really going on. So, so what else do I love about it? I love the fact that I feel that I'm just really growing this time. So.
All right. Are you giving it your all, Ms. Hornstein, really putting the work in?
I am, Your Honor.
All right.
I
need you to do that. I do. I need you to do that because we know that the process works, but you've got to work it. And so I hope that's what you're doing. Have you been in touch with your family?
Oh, excuse me.
Of course, Your Honor. So since I have my phone back, you know, I call my phone my third child. I'm able to talk to my daughter every night, FaceTiming. So she calls me usually around 9 o'clock and we'll stay on. She gets mad if I don't stay at least 2 hours on the phone because, you know, she doesn't really get to see me right now. So.
Uh-oh, you have a bad connection. We lost you.
She just told me that she's doing all AP classes next year. It's her senior year. So can you hear me now?
I can now. She's doing AP classes and it's her senior year.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So she's nervous about it because she said the calculus class is going to be very hard, but she can do it.
She can do it. Oh my goodness, she's getting ready to go to college.
Yeah, she is. She wants to be an OBGYN. So she's been wanting to be an OBGYN since 2nd grade.
Wonderful, wonderful. All right, encourage her, push her, and set a good example for her, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
All
yes,
right.
That's one of the things I learned. If I change and have good things to input, you know, to them, it's just completely different once you start leading by example instead of just telling them what I'm going to do. And, you know, if they see the change, then I can start teaching them different things in different ways.
Absolutely. I tell people all the time, our children will do what they see us do before they do what we tell them to do.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. How's your son?
My son's doing good. He's still in California with his dad, but his dad has already said that he's a handful, so he wants to send him back at the end of the school year because he's still doing Zoom for Renaissance in LA. But I knew that would happen. You know, he said he don't clean his room and this and that, so he's sending him back next month. So my dad's really excited about that, and he is too. So.
All right, very good, very good. Okay, what do you need us? Yeah, kids are a handful. Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
And
but my
so what
dad's
do you,
very happy that he's coming back. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I was gonna just ask, what do you need us to help you with?
I get all the help I need. Whenever I need help, I call Miss Cleveland or Miss Alice. So right now, nothing.
Okay. All right. But you use your resources. Very good. I'm glad to hear that. Very glad to hear that.
Thank you.
All right. Go ahead.
And I was in group with Miss Alice yesterday. I did my one-on-one on Monday. I missed her. We had a really good group yesterday. I'm just really happy that I get to get some Miss Alice time.
Good. Very good. Very good. Tell me something you've learned. Did you see Alice J? Did you see what she just did?
I didn't see her because I only have 4 people on the screen at a time. Hold on.
You're on the phone.
Hold
She's
on.
the phone. Swipe over till you see Alice J.
Oh, I can't. I'm holding my phone. Hold on. Let me put it in between.
There you go.
So you were going to ask what I've learned since I've been here for the week.
Yes.
So I have learned, I'm continuing to still learn how to love myself. And because I've done things different this time, I haven't picked up the phone and just tried to, in boredom, call people that really are not, walking this walk that I'm walking right now. And it has been difficult this week. But I've learned to do different things. Like before I was said the same thing when I got out of inpatient, like, oh, when I get to transitional, I'm going to do this and that. But I really didn't do that. And this time when I have been a little bit lonely or bored or whatever, I've just read, I have an NA book now. I got it, my first NA book this time. I got it when I was at Naomi's Nest. So I've just been kind of reading and taking time to sit out and sit with self, which has been it's just been such a blessing because like Miss Alice talks about it all the time. We really need to learn how to know ourselves and love thyself. And I just feel the difference this time. Even my daughter told me last night, she's just like, I really see a change in you this time, Mom. Cause she's been asking me, have you talked to your friends? No, I haven't been calling anybody. And she's like, I'm proud of you, Mom.
Yes. And you know what she means by those friends, right?
Friends. That's what she was saying, just like that.
Yes. All right.
That's what I've learned.
You know how important it is to have a good circle of friends, right?
Yes, I do.
All right. And you know that our friends, I don't have one friend. I can't think of one that would ever encourage me to do the wrong thing. I have friends that even when they have done the wrong thing, they wouldn't even let me participate. Like, come on, I want to roll with you. They're like, are you crazy? You have too much to lose. You have this. You're going to be the smart one out of the group. You're the one that's going to finish up and, you're going to be the one to get us out of jail. That's what they used to do. Who's going to get us out of jail if you come with us?
Right. And Miss Alice always reiterates that in her groups. She'll say, hang around people that you aspire to be like, that are doing better than you, not even at the same level as you, better than, so that,
Yes. Look, I was reading, I told you I'm a big reader, especially since COVID. There was something I read or someone sent me that says, when you look around your circle of friends and you are the smartest person in the room, it's time to find another circle of friends.
Absolutely.
Isn't that true, Alice J?
Yes, absolutely.
When the people I'm hanging around with, I'm the smartest. Time to find another circle of friends.
Absolutely. You're the dumbest person in the room.
Right. Yeah. Very good. Ms. Hornstein, I need you to work it. I need you to work this program with everything in you. I need you to. You deserve it. You owe it to yourself. You owe it to your kids. You owe it to your father who, irrespective of what the relationship may be, he has provided for your children. You owe it to, but mostly to yourself. Yes, so work it. Alice J, what do you want to tell me about Miss Hornstein?
We just gotta just keep working with her. That's our baby. We ain't about to let her go yet.
No, not at all.
Don't dwell on the relapse, dwell on the comeback. Because you've been in a cocoon. See the butterflies up over your head right now? You see the butterflies up over your head?
Say something.
It's
I
time
love
to
you.
fly, baby. It's time to fly.
I love you,
Yeah.
Alice.
And not on dope.
Yes.
It's flying
All right.
life. It's time to be present.
Yes.
Been absent. That's all.
All right. Thank you, Alice J. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens.
Yes, Judge, thank you. Mr. Steen, good report. You sound good. You look good. I'm glad you're in a good place. You know what you need to do to work the program. We're proud of what you've done. Keep up the good work. Work the program. Thank you. And be safe, Ms. Hornstein. Be safe. Thank you.
In your honor, if I might add, Ms. Hornstein, you've come a long way. It's so good to hear about the report. So good to hear from you. Keep up the great work. We are proud of you. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Very good. Very good. Ms. Hornstein, let me hear from your case manager. I don't think I heard from Ms.
Oh, no.
Ms.
This is
Cleveland.
great.
I'm sorry.
I love all this conversation. It's great. It's accurate and good. What she's doing, good work, Your Honor. I just wanted to let you know she's phase 2. She still remains in phase 2. So she would have a face-to-face in 3 weeks, if that's okay with you, for May 14th, 2021 at 9:30 a.m.
All right. Did you get that, Ms. Zacher? I'm Ms. Zacher. Ms.
No.
Hornstein. I got Ms.
Yes.
Zacher on my brain.
Yes. Your Honor, may I say one thing?
Yes.
So I'm on this 30-day lockdown, right? So
No, it's not a lockdown. Don't say lockdown.
Oh, it's a lockdown for me. I'm just
I don't
playing.
like the word blackmail.
Okay,
You have
okay,
some
okay.
restrictions for 30 days.
Okay. So my question is, you're right, my 30-day restriction. So we have to provide our own food here. So we have, that's what we're responsible for. And my card got sent to Naomi's Nest. So it should be there today. I'm not positive if it's there. I have to call. It should be, because it's been like 6 days. So I was wondering if I can have somebody from the program, someone from here, drive me to Naomi's Nest today to pick that up, and to Miss Kendrick's to get my belongings. And I can call the tether agent because he can track where I'm going. Like when I had to go get my tether charger, he called me and said, "I know you're back because I'm watching you. Miss Judge Holmes wants to make sure you went there and back." So
yeah,
Corporal Cowan, he's funny.
Yeah. All right, Miss Cleveland, can you arrange to make sure that the tether agent knows? I don't have an issue with her going to get her card or her belongings, but also I want to make sure that she's transported by someone from the facility.
Yes, Your Honor. I will follow up with her, as well as Naomi's Nest, as well as Corporal Cowan. And I'm going to try to get in touch with Miss Kendrick, because I do try to call her sometimes. She might be busy. If she can return the call, that would be great.
All right.
I've talked to her.
No, she's trying to get her things. Okay.
Yes.
I've talked to Miss Kendrick, and she has my things waiting for when that I've called up there. It's in a certain room. She said all I have to do is go to the location and let whoever's working know that I'm there to pick them up.
All right.
I'll reach out to you. Thank you so much, Ms. Warrenson.
Wonderful. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. All right. I'm going to see you in 2 weeks. Until then.
You call me if you need me on that too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you hear Alice J?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Very good. All right. And so I'll see you in 2 weeks. Keep up the great work, Ms. Hornstein.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Have a blessed weekend, everybody.
You do the same. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Let's see. I am ready now. Give me just 1 second. Did someone go in the breakout room with Mr. Wyatt?
I did, Judge. Yes.
Okay, give me a second. All right. Let's see, Alice J, I think that may be everyone. Let me just make sure. Where's Daisha this morning? Daisha Smith.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I could, I'm privy to where she is. We can have further discussion, but she just got out of Naomi's nest yesterday, so we really had to scramble. So she is currently at Lake Ridge right now.
All right, very good. And so is she's on my docket for today. Is she going to show up?
She was informed. I'm not sure what their transition is going through, since we did have to get her there late yesterday in the late PM. So it might be not her fault right this second, as far as not being on. So maybe a short adjournment so we can coordinate with Lake Ridge to make sure she's on.
That's fine. Can you get her on for Monday of next week?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is that a short enough of an adjournment? Is that good?
That's good.
All right, very good. That would be April 26th, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, let's do that. I was getting calls and texts and calls yesterday about Miss Daisha, and but she's good, right, Mr. Yancey?
Yes.
Okay, very good. Then I'll see her. Miss Drew, we're going to adjourn case number 1706128-501 for Daisha Smith, and it is adjourned to April 26, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. All right. There was also Tanya Jo Wright. Where's Miss Wright?
Yeah, I failed to mention yesterday, she was a face-to-face.
All right, I have the following for her: U487694118, U487434118, U760296111, and case number 180615221. When is Mr. Yancey, Miss Wright, when is she coming back?
Yes, she was contacted, so her next date will be May 21st, 21. She is in phase 3.
All right, very good. Miss Drew, I failed to call Deja Ellis's second case because she has a transfer case in a 36th district court case. So X095887, that's for Deja Ellis, and Miss Ellis is scheduled to come back on May 14th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. And then those are all of the cases that were scheduled, other than the people that are still in the courtroom. I have a Johnny Smith, U166-62914, U883-28112. He was supposed to be here on arraignment on the bench warrant. Has anyone heard from Johnny Smith?
We have not, Your Honor.
All right.
This is Robert Watkins. We have not heard from him.
All right, very good. And so I'll give it a few minutes since I still have a few cases to go before we do the show cause on Mr. Smith. All right, with that, I'm ready. Miss Alice J, I wanted to release you since I don't have anything else for you. Have a great weekend. So good to see you. Glad you're feeling better.
Yes.
We'll talk.
All right,
talk. All right, take care. All right, very good. Let's do it. We are ready on. Let me start with Mr. Wyatt. I have case number Z8056181 for Michael Wyatt. Mr. Wyatt, state your name for the record.
Michael Wyatt.
Mr. Wyatt, why are you here this morning and it's not your court day?
I was told, I think Mr. Scott called me yesterday and said you wanted me to come in on Zoom today.
Yes, Mr. Wyatt, you got some tickets, didn't you?
Right.
You got some tickets that you know you're not supposed to be getting while you're in problem-solving court. Don't tell me the facts. I'm just saying you got some tickets that you know you're not supposed to get, right?
I understand that, Mom. I'm taking care of those. I'm gonna take care of those.
That's not the point, Mr. Wyatt. The point is you are in problem-solving court, right?
Yes.
and we're helping solve some problems, right?
Right,
And you've made a lot of progress since you've been with us, right?
right,
And you know that while you're in problem solving court, you're not supposed to have contact with the police, right?
right,
You're not supposed to be out there doing anything that the police could write you a ticket for, right?
right.
That's the point. The point is not that you're going to take care of them or not take care of them. The point is you shouldn't be getting any tickets while you're in problem solving court.
The thing was, is that I was trying to be helpful to my cousin. That's the only reason I drove.
Mr. Wyatt, that doesn't matter. Sometimes people have to help themselves, especially if they're asking me to help them to my disadvantage. I'm not doing something to help somebody that's going to land me in a bad place. I'm going to direct them to some other resources, because you're not the only person in the world that could have gotten your cousin from point A to point B, right?
Right.
Your cousin could have called somebody else, right?
I guess so, yeah.
No, not a guess. Absolutely. Because you're not in a position to take your cousin from point A to point B. And now you've put yourself in a really bad position. You have. All of that work, all of that help, all of Ms. Rob's labor, the attorney's labor, and now you have set yourself back with respect to your driver's license. For how long, Mr. Fikens? Did you go in with Mr. Wyatt?
I went in with Mr. Wyatt, Judge.
To read for how long?
For a year, Judge, a minimum. We did talk about, Mr. Wyatt and I talked about the requirements of the program. We talked about the court's order. We talked about the fact that he cannot drive. He cannot drive without a valid license. He understands that. He does not need a restricted license through our court. We looked at his SOS, and it appears that he just has some reinstatement fees to pay. I advised Mr. Wyatt that he should take care of his reinstatement fees and apply for a Michigan license. We also discussed something about another state, maybe Georgia or someplace like that, where there may be some issues. But he should pay his reinstatement fees and apply for a Michigan license and see if he can get one.
Did you hear that, Mr. Wyatt?
Ma'am.
And so now you've got all of these matters. I think it's 3 or 4 matters pending at 36th District Court. And you've done so well. What do you think I should do with you?
Well, I mean, I realized I made a mistake and I own up to
you
it.
didn't make a mistake. You made a choice and you got caught. You didn't make a mistake. You made a choice.
Okay. Well, cause I'm real big family, so I made the choice to drive him back home when he was intoxicated.
You made a choice. So what do you think that I should do with you?
Hopefully, since I've been doing so well and everything like that, hopefully we could just, get past this, and I'm gonna take care of what I gotta take care. But I've been trying to, do what I gotta do to get through this. So hopefully that I could just get, past this, take care of them tickets, and then do the reinstatement fee and try to get my license and everything like that.
Judge,
go ahead, Mr. Reed.
Judge, we did staff this matter yesterday, and we talked about it extensively. And I think that there was a recommendation to the court that because Mr. Wyatt is doing the program, well, he's working the program as far as the counseling and other matters go, that maybe we would let the Secretary of State impose their sanction, and that be all that's done as far as drug treatment court is concerned.
Okay, anybody else?
No, I certainly join in with Mr. Reed on that, Judge. The unfortunate part for Mr. Wyatt is he put himself behind what they call the 8 ball, I guess, because now the Secretary of State has the opportunity to suspend him for a whole nother year. I feel bad for him because he has been doing the program otherwise, Judge. He's made great strides. It's too bad. It's unfortunate. I can only say that you know, even when you're trying to do right by somebody else, Mr. Wyatt, that those bad things can always happen if you're not following what you're supposed to be doing. And so unfortunately, the Secretary of State's going to take their action, no matter how well intentioned you were, sir. And so, Your Honor, I just join with what Mr. Reed said.
All right. We also discussed in staffing, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, that my desire is not to see I'm not placing these cases on his specialty court contract. He's gonna have to deal with the fallout of not being able to get a license. But I did have some concern about him going from one judge to another while he's still with me. And so what are your thoughts, or what's your position or recommendation with respect to what we talked about in staffing?
Go ahead, Mr. Reed, if you want to take it.
Judge, I would have no objections to drug treatment court assuming jurisdiction of these 2 tickets. And we would be willing, and Mr. Fikens has already indicated, to talk to the city attorney to see what kind of recommendation we could get from them as far as the Wyatt resolving these matters. He's gone on the record and indicates he wishes to resolve the matters, and I would have no objections if the court is inclined to asserting jurisdiction over these matters and giving us an opportunity to help Mr. Wyatt as much as we can. Thank you, Judge.
All right. I don't have an issue. Let me be clear, though. I don't have an issue with having the matters placed on my docket, Ms. Drew. I think there were 4 matters Mr. Griffin found. And so they can be placed on my docket, but they will not be a part of his specialty court contract. He will not get the benefit of a dismissal or anything like that. You all can work out a deal, and then he will have to set whatever the sentence is going to be with respect to those matters. I'm going to extend him until he has taken care of all of the obligations for whatever that sentence may be. So, Mr. Wyatt, you put yourself in a really bad place. You have. And so that's what I'm going to do. In addition, I am going to sanction Mr. Wyatt that he will have to do 10 hours of community service. And I need that 10 hours of community service completed within 30 days. And so, Mr. Griffin, are you standing in for Miss Robs on Mr. Wyatt's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, 10 hours of community service, and he has to get it done within 30 days from today's date. Ms. Drew and Mr. Griffin, if you would be so kind to let Ms. Drew know those case numbers, if you haven't done so already, those additional case numbers, so that for his next hearing date, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, you all can work out something with the prosecuting attorney.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Yes, Judge.
And what is Mr. Wyatt's next hearing date?
Your Honor, he was originally scheduled to come back next week on the 27th. I don't know if you want to push that out or keep the 27th date, Your Honor.
I want to keep the 27th. That's that Tuesday?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll keep the 27th. Does that give you all enough time to work on those matters, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens?
We believe so, Judge.
Okay, very good. So Ms. Drew put his current specialty court cases, as well as the 4 that Mr. Griffin is going to give you, put all of that on for Tuesday at 8:30. And so, Mr. Wyatt, make sure you get with Mr. Griffin and get approved for your community service, because you're going to do 10 hours. Okay?
Okay.
All right. And I really feel bad for you, because you were in such a great position to get your license restored, and you just really, you made a bad decision. You really did. And I hope you think about that going forward. One bad decision, how it can impact your life.
Oh,
okay.
I realize that.
All right. And I heard you got a new job.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I mean, it's great. I mean, it's more pay, it's closer to where I live at. So that's good.
Look at you, Mr. Wyatt. Are you proud of yourself?
Oh, yes, I am. Yes, I am.
You should be, because we certainly are proud of you. That's a huge accomplishment for you. So many things are going right for you. I want you to make sure before you make a decision, stop and think about how is this going to impact all the wonderful things I have going for me right now? Because you have a lot of good things going for you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, take that moment and think about it. And if you don't get an answer, pick up the phone. You have a mentor, you have a case manager, you can come into the courtroom. There's so many other people that you can bounce that idea off of quickly and say, hey, I'm thinking about doing this. And I'm not sure if this is going to mess me up, with all the great things I have going on in my life right now. They will be brutally honest with you.
That's what I need.
So make sure, but you've got to take advantage and do it.
All right.
And reach
Well,
out.
I learned my lesson. So what you said, I will not. And I said, I learned to think before I do. So
Yes. Yes. Because even though that may have been a good gesture, it didn't work out well for you. All right.
right.
All right, Mr. Wyatt. Thank you for dialing in on this morning. Don't get off track.
I'm not.
Don't do it, because you know that usually when people come in contact with the police while we're helping them, I do not respond well. I don't want you to get off track, okay?
No, I learned from this mistake. So I'm gonna stay on track. I'm not gonna make any more poor decisions.
Okay. All right. All right, Mr. Wyatt. I'm going to see you next week, Tuesday, okay?
Okay.
All right. Very good. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right. And I'm not certain if I put Mr. Wyatt's case number on the record. It's Z805-6181. If I failed to do so, my apologies. All right. Let's go to Mr. Hamilton. Mr. Hamilton, if you could unmute too. I have case number 2005793-601. Mr. Hamilton, state your full name for the record.
DeMonte Hamilton.
All right. Why you have your coat on like you getting ready to go somewhere?
I'm cold, that's all.
You just cold. Okay. All right. Mr. Hamilton, I'm really struggling with you. I am, because the
why you
things
say
I
that?
asked you to do that you could do, you haven't
I
done
did it.
them.
I did it.
You got on that 1-800 number
Yes, ma'am.
and you got an assessment?
Yes, they told me I'm just waiting on a phone call now. They had called me back and told me that it was a miscommunication. The lady, her name was Kim, but she sent me to another lady named Jasmine, and Jasmine got it all together for me. Jasmine say you'll be waiting on a phone call, and should be today. She said it should be today.
So what's this whole
that.
story?
They fixed it.
What was this whole story you told the case manager about somebody named Tim who answered the phone and gave you his private number, cell number?
No, I thought he was talking about that's, I guess that's totally something else. That's a whole different thing. I thought he was talking about something else. The Central City.
All right. Have you had any appointments with Central City?
Yes, last Tuesday.
That's not the information I got.
I'm talking about the Tuesday just passed.
Is Mr. Griffin, or who reported out on Mr. Hamilton yesterday in staffing?
Mr. Morgan.
Can someone contact Mr. Morgan and ask him to please get in for court? Because I need some clarification on Mr. Hamilton. Have you done any of your meetings, Mr. Hamilton?
Yes, I haven't did a meeting since Tuesday though. So I got a meeting today though at 7 o'clock. I always have a meeting on Tuesdays. It's about the same. That's who I thought he was telling me about. I thought he was talking to me about that guy, but it's a whole different thing. That's all it was.
Well, I'm gonna get all of these things figured out, because when I left staffing yesterday, I have a note here that even the things that I asked you to do, that you did not get them done. And so if something has changed, I want an opportunity to hear that information, okay?
Oh yeah, this all changed really this morning. The lady called me this morning on the Zoom meet. The lady called me this morning, so all this kind of changed like this morning. She called me and say I should be hearing from a phone call from the lady. at the 1-800 number for the assessment. Cause she told me, at first she told me they didn't do assessments. I say, huh, what you mean? That my judge told me to call this number and say that y'all did assessments. The lady name was Kim. Kim said they didn't do assessments. I had to contact my probation officer. I say, hold on, they just told me to call y'all and y'all was gonna hook me up with the assessments. So then that's when, right when you was about an hour, not even an hour, about 30 minutes ago, they called me and said, the lady name was Jasmine. She said it was a miscommunication, that you should be waiting on a phone call. You should be receiving a phone call from us, and they was gonna put me in I guess something with to do with NA and AA.
No, that's something different. That's something I don't have any idea. Look, this is what I know. And thank you for joining us, Mr. Morgan. And I'm gonna get some clarification. This is what I do know. I done heard stories of Tim with a personal number. I've heard the stories of you live in a certain part of town and it's a war zone and you haven't been able to do anything because you're right in the middle of it. And you know, when I start hearing excuses, Mr. Hamilton, I don't do well. Because what I do know is the excuses don't get people anywhere in life. I won't even say not far. It doesn't get you anywhere. And so it definitely won't get you anywhere with me. And so I'm confused about where you are, because there were 3 things I asked you to do. Get on the 1-800 number, which is with Detroit Wayne Integrated Health Network.
Yeah,
And
I did that.
Hold on. From
Okay.
that 1-800 number, you would have an assessment and they would tell you what they're recommending, which you were supposed to report back to your case manager so we could get you all lined up with whether it was Detroit Recovery Project or whatever. I don't know. And so I don't have an answer to that. The other thing I asked you to do was to do your NA, your 12-step meetings that you could dial in. That has nothing to do with the 1-800 number. So this Kim, Tim, now Jasmine, nothing to do with you being a part of the 12-step meeting, because you can dial in into a 12-step meeting virtually, because I understand that you can't interact with the public right now, and you could do those meetings. Those were the things that I asked you to do. And so I'm not clear that you've done those things. Now you're saying you met with Central City this past Tuesday. I don't even know how Central City comes into this equation. Who sent you to Central City? I don't know. So I'm confused.
James sent me, I think James.
Your connection is not good.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Central City.
James can't send you to Central City.
Well, somebody sent me to Central City. Central City is where I deal with my therapist. He the one that talked to me for an hour every week. That's who I'll be talking to. My therapist. He from Central City.
Therapist. What every week? You were just with me last week and you hadn't done anything. What are you talking about?
They sent me to Central City. Central City this is what I've been doing from y'all. This from the beginning.
Okay. Well, number one, Mr. Morgan, we do not use Central City as a provider. That's my understanding.
That was our conversation yesterday, Judge. Thanks for having me on. It's Margie Morgan, Specialty Court Coordinator. I spoke to Mr. Hamilton yesterday. I was trying to get some clarification on what was going on, because the things that he's saying to me that's just not the way it works in our program. We've been doing this for a long time. James can't send you to Central City. Did you talk to your counselor yesterday? Because as of yesterday, you haven't spoken to him for the week yet. Did you speak to him yesterday for your hour? Mr. Hamilton?
I didn't hear you. Said it again.
Did you speak to your counselor yet? Because yesterday when I spoke to you, you haven't had your hour conversation with him yet. Did you speak to him yesterday?
No, I didn't speak to him yesterday.
Okay, what is your counselor's name?
Hold on. You talking about from Central City, right?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. His name is Cliff D.
Okay, give me his number.
Hold on, one moment.
So, Your Honor, I called Mr. Hamilton back after we got off staffing, to let him know he needed to get back on the 800 number. He needed to get another COVID test. I also told him I called that number he gave me for Tim. The gentleman answered and said, "This is the wrong number. This is not Tim's phone." So I did try to do some verification with Hamilton, and I wasn't able to verify anything from him. So as of right now, he is not in compliance, Judge. He is not doing what he was ordered to do. And that's unfortunate because we're really here to help people and help them get some structure in their life. And Mr. Hamilton, you have to listen to what we tell you to do because we know what we're doing. And if you do the right thing, we won't have to make all these calls because you can tell us a name, you can tell us an agency, and we'll know that you are probably on the right track. So, so that's where I'm at with Mr. Hamilton, Judge. I tried to verify everything, but I was unable to. So I don't know what Mr. Hamilton is doing, but I know what he's not doing. He's not dropping, he's not in treatment. So,
And when you talked to Mr. Hamilton yesterday, did he provide you the name of a counselor that he was getting his treatment with?
Judge, he did not, but I'm transparent with the court always. I did not ask him for the therapist number at Central City yesterday. He said they were supposed to call him, so I did not ask him. So he just told me it's Cliff. If he can get me the number, I can call over there and verify how many times he's in, how often he's going, how many hours he's doing, what's his treatment curriculum. I can call over there and try to get all that information if he gives me Cliff's number.
I'm about to give it to you right now, sir.
Mr. Hamilton?
Yes.
I need you to come back on the screen.
Okay.
I can call you afterwards and get that number. We'll just see what you're hearing with the judge, Mr. Hamilton, and we can do that after we get done. Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to send you the number, right? I'm about to email it to you.
Okay, Mr. Hamilton, I need you to listen up. I need you to listen up.
I'm listening.
Mr. Reed, you wanted to say something.
Yes, Judge, thank you. And thank you for the opportunity to talk to Mr. Hamilton in the breakout room. We did staff this case significantly yesterday, and I appreciate the opportunity to talk to Mr. Hamilton. I explained to Mr. Hamilton what the requirements of the program are and what we need from him. We also talked about the specific medical challenge that he's having at this time, and we hope it's just a limited medical challenge, but we talked about that. We also talked about the need for meetings, and whether we use the term 12-step meetings or NAAA meetings, we need meetings. Mr. Hamilton indicated to me that he attended a meeting on Tuesday. He indicated to me that he has a meeting scheduled for 7 o'clock this evening. Those were the meetings. We also talked about the need for counseling and treatment, and we talked about this 1-800 number, Judge. He indicated that he did make the phone call. He was given some information about assessment. I've heard some different information since our talking, but it seems like he may be on the right track for the assessment. I just wanted to put on the record, Judge, that we did have a conversation. He does understand the requirements. I believe that the 12-step or NA meetings, the designation may be somewhat confusing to him, but he did indicate he attended a meeting on Tuesday and he has one scheduled for this evening. And he also indicated, Judge, that he wants to work the program. I indicated to him that the bottom line is that he needs to get into treatment and counseling, and he says he wants to do that. I just wanted to put it on the record, Judge. Thank you.
All right, thank you. This is what I'm going to do, Mr. Morgan, Mr. Hamilton.
Yes.
I'm going to make one more attempt because let me tell you what's not going to happen. Mr. Hamilton, you're not going to come on here with all of this Tim, Kim, Jasmine, this place, that place. I did this, you telling me one thing, you tell Mr. Morgan one thing the day before, and then everybody seems to be confused. Let me tell you who won't be confused. It's me. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you clearly again what you're going to have before you come back to see me next week. I'm going to see you next week. You don't have nothing going on anyways. So I'm going to see you next week. I'm going to see you every week because you don't have nothing going on. So I can see you every week. Mr. Hamilton, Mr. Morgan, confirm that he's gotten on that 1-800 number. And then find out what was their recommendation, their directive from that 1-800 number, their assessments. Mr. Hamilton, I need to see you. I need you to be on. I don't want to see your name. I need to see your face. Thank you. I need you to do the 1-800 number, Mr. Morgan, and get with Mr. Morgan, verify that you've done the 1-800 number and get the results of the assessment. See, I'm skeptical about you doing that 1-800 number because I have not heard any results. And they give it to you. All right, so let me just put that out there. Secondly, you are going to do your 12-step meetings, and you're going to do one every single day. You're not doing anything. You're so sick. You're going to do a virtual meeting. Ma'am, if you don't come to my courtroom with that bed hat on, I'm going to stop your video because you can't come in here with a bed rag on. Court, not bedroom. All right. Mr. Hamilton.
Yes.
I need you to do 12-step meetings, and that's going to be every day, Mr. Morgan, every day starting today. Every single day, you are going to dial into a 12-step meeting, and you are going to get a notebook, a tablet, a piece of paper, something. You're going to write down the day, the time, and what you got out of that meeting. You're going to do that every single day. Every single day, because meetings are available Monday through Monday. So starting today, April 23rd, you are going to have a meeting every single day. Tell us where you went to that meeting. If it was virtual, where was it? Every single day, Mr. Hamilton. So verification of the 1-800 number with an assessment, as well as the virtual meetings. Mr. Morgan, once we have confirmed what the results are from his assessment, let's make sure he gets set up for whatever the assessment calls for. So if it says outpatient, intensive outpatient, or what have you, we want to get him, let's get him set up for that.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, yes.
All right, Mr. Hamilton, am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions about anything I've ordered you to do? Because I promise you, this is going to run short real quick. And I'm going to give you enough rope to hang yourself. And I'm going to feel real good about whatever decision I make. So, Mr. Hamilton, I've given you some very simple things to do because I realize your mobility is limited right now. But I'm not going to play games with you. I'm not. Whatever you have been accustomed to, it's a new day. It's a new day. I'm not her. I'm not them. Whatever you've done in the past where you've been able to put everything in a pot and put it all together and put a little water in and nobody knows what they eating, I'm not her. I'm not her. I'm not them. So you need to get your head in the game and do what you're supposed to do. In addition, you need to get a COVID test and screenshot those results to Mr. Morgan.
I got a question.
When are you due to go back to get another test?
This week, Friday.
All right. So you can do it on Friday.
Thursday or Friday.
All right. And you may need to make sure whatever you screenshot that it has your name and the date of that test and the results. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
I got a question, Judge. No, this ain't got nothing to do with nothing, right? But last night I was at the house. I was at home. A friend of mine came over to just grab some food because my mama had cooked. So I came out grabbing the food. By the time I tried to go in the house, somebody pulled up on the side and got to shoot. So due to grace of God, luckily, ain't nobody get hit, but it was like 30 rounds though. But luckily you still here. Luckily I'm still here to even talk to you and to tell you what happened last night. But right now I'm not at home. I'm at my brother's house because I ain't want to go back to the crib, but she kind of shook me up. So I just been at my brother's house. He live on the west side. So I've been on the west side since last night. I just wanted to tell you that.
So, Mr. Hamilton, I'm glad to hear that you're fine. I don't know if this had anything to do with you, why somebody would drive up and start shooting 30 times.
No. What this morning somebody called me talking about it was a mistaken identity. They thought it was somebody else because they have the same car, and that's how that happened. That's how that happened.
But why were you outside, Mr. Hamilton? Did you go
outside? I was outside giving somebody a plate of food that my mom cooked.
Mr.
So
Hamilton,
when they pulled, yes.
See, this is what I need you to understand. Some of the things you tell me just don't line up. You are supposed to be quarantined.
I know.
Why
I was quarantining.
My
homegirl came.
Hold on. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. You still moving your mouth. I need you to listen to what I'm saying. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mr. Hamilton?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes.
Listen to me. You are supposed to be quarantined. Why are you going out to hand anything to anybody? Why?
It was just a simple hand of a plate and me going back in the house. It wasn't nothing like that. I ain't seen homegirl in a minute. It wasn't nothing like that.
But you're not in a condition. You're not in any condition to see homegirl.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I've been in the house for so long. I'm getting miserable. I'm depressed. I'm just sitting in the house. Don't know. I understand what you're saying, though, Judge. I understand what you're saying. I understand. I shouldn't have been outside.
Mr. Hamilton, I don't know that you understand what I'm saying. You don't get it. We're in the midst of a pandemic. You have disclosed to this court that you need to quarantine, but you're going outside to give food to your homegirl who you haven't seen in a minute. What's 10 more minutes of not seeing your homegirl until you are in the clear? And then we wonder why our numbers keep going up and people are still, in the hospitals and people are dying and getting lung transplants and all of that. You are being irresponsible. That is totally irresponsible. That is totally irresponsible. And this is what I want you to look at, Mr. Hamilton. While I'm glad that you are alive, and I am, but you put yourself in a place where you didn't even need to be, because had you been doing what you told me you were supposed to be doing, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. You are irresponsible. From my lips to your ears, you are irresponsible. And this is what I need you to see as well. When you are irresponsible, it flows into every aspect of your life. It does. You've been irresponsible about working this program. Now you're irresponsible about the situation that you're in where you need to be quarantined. And it's just going to keep on building. At some point, you've got to stop and say, wait a minute, when do I sit down, regroup, assess me, and start making some better choices? Because you're not making good choices. The other day, see, and this is what you all fail to realize. I write down the things that you all say because I know I have senior moments. I have real senior moments. Just the other day, you were telling me you didn't have hospital paperwork because you stopped by your mother's and dropped off the paperwork there. And then you came back to your house. And I mean, just all over the place. None of it makes sense to me. Because let me tell you something, I have children. And if my child needed to quarantine, as a matter of fact, I quarantine them often. They call me Dr. Fauci. Because if you've been out gallivanting, you quarantined from me for 14 days. Because I don't gallivant. I have the vaccine. I'm washing my hands. I'm keeping my distance. And so it's no way in hell they coming to drop some paperwork off to me. And they just told me they have COVID and they need to be quarantined. So all of these stories that you tell me, I've been writing them down. Believe it or not, I have a whole sheet of stories Mr. Hamilton has told me because I'm keeping track of them. You are irresponsible, young man. And the buck is going to stop here one way or the other. Because let me tell you, on no given day, that's probably one of the greatest advantages that I have in life. Growing up where I did and being able to raise 3 children. It's not going to be much you're going to get past me. It's just not going to be much. Wherever you are, I hope you can hear me. It's just not much. You're going to get past me. Not much. Not much.
I can hear you, Judge.
Yeah, but whoever's going to manage Mr. Hamilton, you just heard me. Because I need you to repeat that to Mr. Hamilton when you talk to him, Mr. Morgan, because I'm struggling with him. And I'm going to tell you, my struggles, I don't struggle long. Huh? I don't struggle long. I don't struggle long. I don't. I'm struggling with Mr. Hamilton.
Yeah. You know, and I'd just like to point out on your point is that I went through the notes, whatever. He's been dealing with COVID since March the 23rd, and here we are, April the 23rd. So it's been a full month. And like you said, he has to quarantine in order to get past this. If he continues to go out, he's going to continue to affect himself and maybe other people. So, but yeah, I just looked at the notes. It's been since March the 23rd, Your Honor, and we're at April the 23rd today. So.
And he's still out stopping by his mama, somebody told me in a hearing yesterday, he was with his brother. I just can't.
I was at home. I've been in the house. I ain't been nowhere. I've been in the house.
Oh, you've been handing out food to your homegirl that you haven't seen in a minute. I wrote it down.
She was just at the side. All right.
He doesn't get it. Mr. Morgan, today I need you to circle back with Mr. Hamilton. He's not getting it. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, I don't know what you all can do to help Mr. Hamilton get it, but he's not getting it. He is irresponsible. And you all know in this program, sacrifice, accountability, and discipline, or you're gonna be real sad. Look at the acronym: sacrifice, accountability, discipline. Without it, in this program, you will be real sad. And Mr. Hamilton, you on your way to some true sadness. You heard what I said. Help him out, y'all. Mr. Morgan, he's coming back next week. What day is he coming back next week?
We'll keep him on Friday, Judge. Excuse me, it is April 30th.
April 30th. All right.
Mr. Hamilton, I'll give you a call in a few so we can make sure you get everything taken care of.
Okay, I'm waiting on you.
All right.
All right. I'll see you April 30th.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Bye, Mr. Hamilton.
Bye, Judge.
I'm having a hard time.
Hey, Judge.
Oh, I don't know who's calling hey, Judge, like we went to elementary school together, but we didn't. And so I'm gonna mute you, and don't unmute yourself. I'll get to you when I get to you, so give me a second. All right. I need to do Mr. Mcgraw real quickly, and then I'm ready for Mr. Cronk, because I believe, all of the parties on for Mr. Cronk. Mr. Mcgraw, come on and unmute for me.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good morning. State your name.
Patrick Mcgraw.
All right, good morning. Mr. Mcgraw, why are you here today?
Failed the drug test.
All right. Let me get a case number. Can someone place a case number on the record for me? Because Mr. Mcgraw was not on my regularly scheduled docket this morning.
Your Honor, I'm going to get that for you. I apologize.
Okay.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Okay. His case number, Your Honor, is 19-0601-4101.
All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Cleveland. All right. Mr. Mcgraw, why are you failing a drug screen?
I messed up. I messed up. Just plain and simple.
Okay. You accepting responsibility?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I know you said you messed up, and this may not be something you want to share, in the virtual courtroom about how you messed up, but I need you to really do some self-assessing as to how did I get here?
Oh, I did all that already.
You did?
Yes, ma'am.
So what are you going to do differently going forward?
I mean, the incident that happened, that's why I shut them people out of my life, because it always be something. But when it come down to, I made a bad choice. I did it.
Yes, you did. You did.
I
And
didn't
so now you understand right now, you're not ready to be around or keep company with people who are not on the same page with you, right?
point blank. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Doesn't mean it's going to be that way a lifetime, but now you also realize that there are some tools that you need to pick up and dust off, or to reach out and ask for, to help you, so that even when you encounter people who are not on the same page with you, or who are not doing the same positive good things that you're doing for yourself, that you know how to reject their offers, you know how to reject the thought of participating in that behavior. You know you need to work on that, right?
Oh, without a doubt.
Right. Let me say this to you, Mr. Mcgraw. I appreciate the fact that you were honest with me. I appreciate that. I really didn't know what you were going to say, which is why I had you come in today. I appreciate your honesty. And you know, I told you in the beginning, your honesty would go far with me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to keep my word. It's going to go far with me today. But look, my biggest concern is I need to get you back on track. How do I help you get back on track?
I didn't call, try to get Macomb Services to get in their program. I called in today, and somebody's supposed to get back with me. So when I get back on the phone with y'all, I'm calling them again.
Okay, now are you in Macomb County?
Yes, they're East Point.
Okay, all right. And so you called them. Have you talked to your case manager at all?
No, I called the 1-800 for the city of Detroit. They gave me their number. I called them. They gave me the locations that was near me. The closest one was in Warren, so I called them, and I got a voice service. I left my number and everything with her. Then I called back and late answer phone. I left my number and my name with her too.
Okay, all right. Have you been doing any 12-step meetings since you had this slip up?
No. This happened Monday.
All right. I need you to do a 12-step meeting every day, starting today.
Okay.
For the next 30 days, I need you to do one 12-step meeting every day. I also need you to, hold on one second. I also need you to write it down. The date that you do the meeting, where you did the meeting. You know, they're offered virtually and all of those wonderful things. And so I need you to make sure that you write it down, and also record what you took from that meeting, what you learned. Okay?
No problem.
All right. Very good. Who went in the breakout room with Mr. Mcgraw?
I did, Your Honor.
Mr. Fike, is anything you want to tell me?
Well, I get, and this court already answered my concern is, or at least addressed the concern. I found Mr. Mcgraw to be very honest. I think he's making some positive steps. We certainly appreciate the court giving us some direction as to taking more positive steps, because I believe in Mr. Mcgraw, and I believe that he really wants to do the right thing. He knew he made a wrong choice. He accepted the responsibility right up front to me. I think he did to everyone. And I appreciate that, because that's when you start realizing that it's a mistake and not an excuse, or a choice, not an excuse, that's when you can make change. And I think Mr. McGraw's on his way for that, Judge.
All right, very good. Miss Cleveland, do you have this case for Mr. Mcgraw?
Yes, Your Honor, I do. And I did reach out to him yesterday after staffing and things were reported. Mr. Mcgraw was very honest. He asked me how he could fix it. He was self-starting to get on the 1-800 number to make corrections that he felt as well that would be helpful to him. So he did reach out to although I had to call him, he did reach out to the resources that we have made available to him. And then this morning he texted me about Macomb County services. And he also texted me about the 1-800 number and what the results were. I'm gonna maintain a good close contact with him to make sure that he's facilitating all of these things.
Wonderful, because I do want you to get on that 1-800 number for Macomb County. Make sure you tell them about what has happened so that we can make sure that we put you in a good spot to get back into recovery, okay?
No problem. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have any questions for us, Mr. McGraw?
No, thank you. Thank you for y'all, just helping me. And like Miss Cleveland, I always told she didn't have a problem with me, and I feel bad that she had a problem with me, and I truly apologize.
Oh, no, it's a part of the process. Right, Miss Cleveland?
Yes, Your Honor. And I'm very grateful to him for even just being honest with me and talking clearly with me about the things that are going on.
Yes. Where we get upset is when people have issues and then they fight us.
Yes.
And we're trying to help them.
I'm not gonna fight a fight I can't win. That's no.
Because we don't fight fair, Mr. McGraw. No, I'm just kidding. We do. We do.
You don't got enough rope to hang myself. No problem. No, thank you.
All right. All right, Mr. McGraw, roll up your sleeves, get back at it. You can do it. How do I know? Because I've seen you do it. Okay. So I want to encourage you. This is just a bump in the road. Let's do the things we said you would do. Get on that 1-800 number, be honest with them. And then Ms. Cleveland, I'm certain you'll follow up with the results of that assessment. And then I want you to do one 12-step meeting every day. And you are going to journal what you have learned, where you attended that meeting as well. Okay.
No problem.
All right. Ms. Cleveland, what was Mr. McGraw's regularly scheduled court date? I want him back.
It's going to be on May 11th.
Okay, I'm good. Go ahead.
I just wanted you to know because he was in the phase of he's in phase 2 and he was having a face-to-face during this time before his next Zoom hearing. So he was kind of in the middle of that.
All right, I'll keep him on May 11th. I'll keep him on May 11th. But if you need to see me before that, Mr. McGraw, dial in, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you're in good shape. Take care. I'm counting on you to work it, okay?
No problem. I got you covered.
You got you covered first, and then I'm covered too. All right. Take care of yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Cleveland. All right. It is almost 10:15, and I've indicated to Mr. Lorenz if he could get everybody ready on the Cronk matter for 10:15 that we would proceed. And so while I know there may be one or two other people in the courtroom, I want to do Mr. Cronk's case right now. And so, Mr. Cronk, if you could unmute for me, please.
I'm unmuted, Your Honor.
Good morning. State your name for me, Mr. Cronk.
Devin Cronk.
All right. I have case number 1904661901. All right. Who wants to start? How are you today, Mr. Cronk?
Definitely have my head on more straight and a more positive attitude. Sorry about yesterday or Wednesday. I apologize sincerely.
Okay. You look like you're having a better day today, and I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I had to cut my hair yesterday and get myself together and get my head back on track.
Do you feel better when you get your hair done?
Feel more confident in myself.
I do too, Mr. Cronk. I just had to ask that because I feel better. It's something about getting my hair done. I'm like, everything's going to be all right. Yeah.
Well, when you look in the mirror and you see your reflection, it's like, okay, I like this.
Don't make me sing my Mary J. Blige song about when I look in the mirror, I like what I see. No, I like what I see when I'm looking at me when I'm walking past the mirror. Don't do it.
Yeah.
That's me and my granddaughter's theme song. We have a whole routine to it. What? You need to listen to that. That's right. You should like what you see when you're looking at yourself when you walk past the mirror. Absolutely. All right.
Yeah.
I like what I see today too, Mr. Cronk. Look, let me tell you what we do. What we're going to do. This is one of the wonderful things about being over. I have senior moments. And so my kids used to say I had the memory of an elephant. I could remember everything. I have senior moments now. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to have an intentional senior moment with you. And I'm not going to remember what happened on Wednesday. How about that?
I appreciate that. We all have our moments. And honestly, that is the first moment I've had in about 7 months. And
look at you.
You know, that they aren't all the time. But they do have their times that they come out of the shell, and I'm sorry you had to experience that. A lot of people don't like that side of me, and I've dealt with it since I was a child. And I used to be really bad back then, but over the years and the programs I've also been in as a juvenile, I've really learned how to cope with it. But I still have my moments. It's something that I wish I can grow out of, but I've tried really hard and I've at least learned how to cope with a lot of it. Normally I would have just shut down and stopped talking or hung up or something, but I continued on with our court date and just tried to forget about it, even though it wasn't really professional, as a lot of people would say.
Well, you know what? As long as you're willing to work on it, you acknowledge what it is, and you're willing to work on it, you are right with me. Yes, you are,
Yes.
because we all have some things we need to work on and that we are working on. How about that? Including me.
I agree.
All right. I see that Dr. Alexander is with us this morning. Good morning, Dr. Alexander. Uh-oh, I can't hear you. Are you muted? You're not. I still can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Good morning. Hold
There
on.
you are.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
I am well. How are you this morning?
It's so good to be in your presence and so good to be in the courtroom this morning.
Good morning. Thank you
Awesome.
so much for seeing Mr. Cronk on yesterday. I know that you have some other, you're busy. We're keeping you busy too.
But I'm hoping that will be a constant. But you
Yes,
know,
sir.
I set aside some time for you. But you know what, Your Honor? I was almost here in tears to listen to Mr. Cronk, because I'm going to tell you, Mr. Cronk has no idea what I wrote in that report.
I don't.
And Mr. Cronk almost recited his report to the letter.
Wow.
So he had no idea what I wrote, but everything he said was in the summary of his report.
Yeah.
And there's a key part to what he said in the report was he has his moments. And he shared in the report that he usually stabilized quite well when he's under medication. And he shared in his interview that when he has these moments, he tries to pull it back together. So I just want to share with the court, I think he has some potential for behavior change once he learns the 6 stages of change, and once he can get that up under his belt. So I just said that on the onset. I didn't know if you had any questions for me in regards to the report.
I had the opportunity to read the summary that was given to me through Mr. Lorenz. And so I just wanted to make sure that we had no reason to believe that some type of emergency assistance was needed for Mr. Cronk. And I believe that you have, I know that you have answered that question to Mr. Lorenz, who did communicate that to me. And that's what I wanted to make sure of with you. If there's something that we're missing or something that the court needs to do where Mr. Cronk is concerned, I wanted you to let us know, because I care about Mr. Cronk and I want to make sure we're doing everything to help him.
Well, I would encourage, Your Honor, I would encourage the court to take his need for medication seriously. And if we can move forward to get him stabilized and to get him the medications that he's asking for, and we can monitor those through weekly urinalysis or blood work with the psychiatrist, I think that it would help him stabilize. Because in the interview, he shared with me that he has not stabilized in some months. So having said that, I think he's been without medication for a moment, and being bipolar and having the ADHD, outbursts are normal if they're not stabilizing up under medication. That anger outbursts are just normal things that might happen if he's not able to control those things.
All right. All right.
If I can make a comment.
Yes.
I have not been on my usual medication since I've been on since about 12 years old, 11, 12 years old, since the incident on the freeway. That was back December 24th, 23rd, 24th of 2019 is the last time that I had taken that medication. And it is, it's been rough.
Okay. All right. So without disclosing your medical information, we are going to address that, and we'll address that when you meet with your case manager and when they meet with Dr. Alexander, but all of that will be addressed. Okay, Mr. Cronk?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Mr. Lorenz, I know that you are still, and Mr. Lorenz, so that you all know, today is Mr. Lorenz's last day. And Mr. Lorenz working it. He is working it. He is working it to the last minute, and you don't understand. And I'm not saying he's just working it. I mean, Mr. Lorenz has given it his all. He has been, he still sent me a 20-paragraph report yesterday evening, and I said, isn't he leaving tomorrow? So, Mr. Lorenz, I will never, ever forget that. You have worked up until the 9th hour, and I appreciate you. I need to know, what are your recommendations where Mr. Cronk is concerned?
Thank you, Your Honor. It's been a pleasure working for this court. My recommendation for Mr. Cronk, as we discussed on Wednesday, is that he receive a small sanction of 5 hours community service for the missed test. But we still continue to work with him. I think he's early in the program, that there's a lot of potential out of him and we can get some more out of him. I would also recommend that we utilize Team Wellness as his provider. As Dr. Alexander said, that we need urinalysis to monitor the medications. And last I knew, All Wellbeing Services is not doing urinalysis testing right now. Last I was informed. So I think that we need that to fulfill his recommendation and have him constantly monitored.
All right. Is Mr. Cronk currently assigned to Team Wellness?
No, he is not, Your Honor. Last I knew, he was going to All Wellbeing Services at the beginning of this program.
Okay, so you're recommending a change to Team Wellness?
Yes, Your Honor. So that way we can fulfill that urinalysis monitoring.
All right, very good. And Dr. Alexander, do you have a relationship with the staff at Team Wellness?
I have worked there, Your Honor, and I've dealt with some of their population.
Okay.
It wouldn't be a problem for me to have a relationship with them, but I hope that I can continue to do the anger management component.
Yes, absolutely.
And it wouldn't be any problem with me developing a unilateral relationship with them to do some co-therapy with them.
All right, yes, sir. And you will continue to do the anger management. I think, Mr. Cronk, you want to be with Dr. Alexander for that anger management. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And so he will definitely remain with you. Any other recommendations? Attorney Griffin, thank you for coming on your non-specialty court day. Put your appearance on the record.
Not a problem, Your Honor. Herman Griffin, P77169, and good morning to you and your court staff, Your Honor. I did speak to Mr. Cronk, and we've been in communication. One thing I do want to bring to the court's attention is that he indicated to me that I know that there has been an issue with the testing, whether the frequency or whether with missed tests. He indicated to me today that he believes that he has resolved the matter. He has the PIN number that he needs. He has the color. And so with all that understanding, I understand the recommendation from Mr. Lorenz. I believe that Mr. Cronk should be on the path to start his, anger management. He's been assessed at least on one level with Dr. Alexander. And so I would just ask the court to just, take all the recommendations without necessarily the sanction of the 5 hours, because I think what has happened is Mr. Cronk is now in a position, he's now allowing the court to do what the court needs to do for him. And I think with talking to Dr. Alexander and expressing, things that are going on, I think he's made that first step that we've been asking for a while. And so I would just ask the court to consider, again, just moving forward with the recommendations from Dr. Alexander, but without any additional sanctions.
All right, thank you. Mr. Griffin, I see that you unmuted. Is there something you want to add?
Yeah, Your Honor, I would be assuming this case. I did discuss it with Mr. Morgan, and we look back, at this history of testing or whatever. I believe, if I'm not frequency testing. I think it was at 3 times a week. We would like to have at 2 times per week. And if he have any positive tests, because he haven't had any positive tests, his problem were missed tests. So we don't want to overwhelm him or anything. But if the need to increase the testing 2 or 3 times, we will if he have any positive or anything. But I would like to recommend that he test twice per week, continue with Dr. Alexander. I will get with Mr. Lorenz. I know this is his last day to get the setup at Team Wellness, but at this time, I'm new to the case, but we just felt that we didn't want to overwhelm and haven't been positive tests, it's been missed tests. So to get them on a steady path of consistently testing. So that would be one of my initial goals, is to get him testing correctly twice per week, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Griffin. All right, this is what I'm going to do, and thank you for everybody for your input. So I'm going to follow a few of these recommendations.
Your Honor, can I share one little issue in terms of the assessment? And I just want to throw this out. In terms of my assessment, there was no strong indication of any substance use. And I don't know who's paying for the testing, but if you want to save dollars, if it's a dollar issue, I didn't see any strong indication that there was some substance abuse issues going on with Mr. Cronk. I just want to FYI that out.
Yes, thank you so much, Dr. Alexander. The reason I had him testing 3 times a week is because we had some issues getting him on a regular testing cycle. And so I am going to follow the recommendation from Mr. Griffin to reduce the testing to 2 times per week, random, 2 times per week. So Mr. Cronk, that still means that you have to call in every day. And if they are sending you to test more than twice, don't not show up. I shouldn't use 2 negatives in the same sentence, but I don't know another way to say it. Still show up, but let Mr. Griffin know so that he can make the adjustment on his end. Okay?
Okay, sounds good. So one thing, I test today, I'm gonna go today. I have it set up through their automated system where they text me at like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning when they first open. And so that requires a color. I don't know any other way of the colors because, you know, Mr. Lorenz, Morgan and stuff, they always used to give me a color, but no pin. So when you call the hotline to see if you have to drop, required to drop, you have to type in like a 5 to 6 digit pin. And I never was getting the pin. And like that was the communication, the dysfunction with all of the dropping. Now that we're switching it back, can I get a pin and a color? Just so where I'm not getting just a color and stuff like that, because it's going to take about 24 hours for them to switch the color back on the website for the automated system, because it lets me know every morning you must test, you do not have to test. So
all right, Mr. Griffin, can you circle back to Mr. Cronk today to make sure he has what he needs for random testing?
Yes, Your Honor. I reach out to Jones, Ms. Foster and everything, and let her know that we have changed this testing to twice per week. And I will get all the proper information. I'll make sure Mr. Cronk is aware of that information.
On today. Okay, wonderful. All right, very good. So I'm reducing your testing to 2 times per week, and it's going to be random. I'm also going to require you to continue the anger management with Dr. Alexander. That's going to be a part of it. And then I'm going to switch you. Mr. Cronk, I want to hear from you. How do you feel about switching over to Team Wellness?
I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. I kind of got a little bit comfortable with the therapist I'm with now, but I mean, if the recommendation is strong and you guys want that and encourage it, then I can do that. The only thing that sucks is sitting on the phone for like 2-3 hours, you know, with the assessment and the planning and all that stuff again.
Okay. Well,
but other than
let's
that,
do this. Let's do this. Mr. Lorenz, do you have something you want to add?
Yeah, Your Honor. Because he's already in the system, he won't have to go through all that stuff. It's actually very. It will be really simple for him. We just set up through Deja Willis at Team Wellness, and she'll take care of everything. The only thing he'll have to do is discontinue services at All Wellbeing Service. The rest will be done through Deja.
All right. Thank you.
Okay,
How
so
long have you been seeing the therapist at All Wellbeing?
how
many times?
How many times? I see her once a month.
And for how many months? Do you know?
Since Since May of last year.
Oh, all right. Have we struggled to get information from our well-being?
It has, yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
I've been trying all week to talk to him about this case, and I still haven't gotten a call back.
All right. So this is what I want to do, because I'm and I asked you, Mr. Cronk, and thank you for your honesty. You said, well, if you all want me to. But here's the thing. I encourage and believe in consistency in treatment. Okay.
I understand.
I firmly believe in that. And so, Mr. Griffin, this is what I'd like you to do. Get the contact information from Mr. Lorenz as to all well-being. I need your help with this too, Mr. Cronk. You need to let them know that, look, there are things that the court is going to require. We don't get to know your confidential things, but we do need to get a plan, a treatment plan. We do need to know if you are in compliance with that plan. We do need to know if there are some adjustments that we need to make as a court in order to help you. And they are required to give us that information once you sign the release. So make sure that you sign the release. Okay. And then they need to work with us, because what I'm doing is I'm not going to use providers who will not work with me, because if they don't work with the court, I don't know if they're working for the people who have been entrusted to me. And I feel like you're mine. Okay. And so I'm not just handing you off to somebody. All right. And so I need you to advocate for yourself that, look, the judge, she wants to know, not the confidential stuff, but there are some things that she needs to know to make sure I'm in the right place with the right people, receiving and doing my part to receive the right treatment. Okay. So for now, I won't move you from all well-being. Mr. Griffin, circle with Mr. Lorenz, and let's see if we can help. But if they're not going to work with me, I can't work with them. I can't do it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll get the contact, make sure I reach out and give everybody my information, whatever. Then I'll report back.
All right, very good. So we'll do that. We'll hold off on the switching to team wellness. All right. And so with that, I'm not going to sanction you as far as, and I know Mr. Lorenz made the recommendation for the 5 hours of community service, but I'm not going to sanction you today. I think you've made some real progress. I think you've had some real breakthroughs. And so I don't want to pour salt on that. How about that, Mr. Cronk?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, but let's do it going forward. Okay.
Yes, we will. Yep, I promise.
Okay. You have any questions for me, Mr. Cronk?
No, I do not.
All right, very good. You know that we are available to you. I know your court meets on Wednesdays. Mr. Griffin will be very much so available to you. I know we're having some changes in staff. Mr. Griffin will be available to you. You can always dial into the courtroom. We're here Monday through Friday at 8:30, other than on Wednesdays. And we're all on your team, and we want to see you be successful, okay?
Yep, sounds good. If I could also get Griffin's number, if he can contact me a little later today, just so I have his number and his info, that would be great.
Yep, I will reach out to you today. I'll give you my cell number, office number, and everything. So, like I said, after I get off the call, I'll contact Dr. Alexander. I will contact Ms. Foster to set up testing. So I will be in contact with you this afternoon. So
sounds good.
Okay.
All right, very good. If no questions for the court, Mr. Cronk, what was Mr. Cronk's return to court date?
Your Honor, he would come back on May 5th, 2021 at 9:30.
All right, at 9:30. All right, Mr. Cronk, I'll see you then. If I need to see you before that, I definitely will, okay?
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Dr. Alexander. Thank you, Attorney Griffin. Thank you, Mr. Griffin. Thank you, Mr. Lorenz. It's been a pleasure. If I don't get to see you today, since you won't be with me at 1:30. It's been a pleasure.
I do got one more, Your Honor. I got Nathan Jones.
Oh, okay, today?
Yes, we do, Your Honor. Miss Schneider's in the courtroom and Attorney Bradley Baskins.
Oh, my goodness. That's why my courtroom just keeps growing and growing. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Thank you. Oh, Mr. Griffin, I think you have to be on for this one too.
Yes,
all right. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, before we do that, there are a couple of people who are in my courtroom. I don't know who they are. They joined us rather late. And so I'm going to ask you, Johnny Smith to unmute. I'm not certain if you should be in my courtroom. I need you to call my clerk and find out where you're supposed to be. Oh, Mr. Smith, you had an arraignment on the bench warrant this morning at 8:30. It's 10:30.
And Your Honor, if I might speak on Mr. Smith's behalf, I was told by Ms. Drew that he was in another courtroom in front of Judge Bryant. He has some matters pending. He has filed a bond. And so for today's purposes, since I didn't have an opportunity to meet with the prosecutor yet, although I see a prosecutor there, we might be able to work something out. There is another matter involved. So if whatever this court's pleasure is, I've not yet spoken to Mr. Smith. If because you have other matters pending, Judge, we're happy to ask we'd be happy to waive reading of the matter and enter a not guilty plea at this time. Set it for a pretrial so we could discuss the matter with the prosecutor.
Okay, that's fine. Mr. Smith, did you hear what would happen?
Yes, I heard. I heard clearly.
Okay, and I can count on you to come back to court?
Yes, would it be today or would it be an upcoming dates?
It would be an upcoming date, and yes, it would be an upcoming date.
Yes, I will return for sure.
All right, very good. Let me just place that on the record very quickly because I want to release my my other specialty court team if I can. I have case number U1666914 and case number U883281112. Mr. Smith, state your name again for the record.
Johnny Smith.
All right, and so Mr. Fikens, you have asked, go ahead.
Yes, I would ask that the court enter a not guilty plea on his behalf. We would ask for a pretrial date, Judge, so that we can have an opportunity to work out these matters. I see that there might be another matter which is pending, and I'd like to combine them all and try to work everything out. So I'm asking for just a small adjournment, maybe at this court's convenience.
Can we adjourn to Friday of next week? Will that give you enough time, Mr. Fikens?
That would, Your Honor, if it's okay with Mr. Smith.
Mr.
Yes,
Smith?
it will be. That will
All
be
right,
fine.
wonderful. Then you'll return to see me on April 30th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m.
8:30 a.m.
Yes,
In this
sir.
same courtroom with the same code?
Yes, sir.
All right, I will be here on time.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, I know I didn't really have time to speak to Mr. Smith, but Mr. Smith, we will have a chance to talk before anything else happens, okay?
Okay. Do you have a contact number from me?
No, you can contact the court. We'll talk Friday morning.
Okay, then. All right, thank you. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Okay,
All right.
Last one so I can release the remainder.
One more question.
What,
Should I go
Mr.
back to the
Smith?
other courtroom or don't?
Did they tell you to go back?
No, she said determine on what
Here she go.
say. Like if I would need to come back to this or try to put everything into one courtroom because it was like split up. I'm not for sure.
All right. Just Miss Drew, should he go back to see
Yes.
Judge Bryant? Okay, go back to Judge Bryant. You're squared away with me until next week, Friday, but go back so you can get squared away with Judge Bryant, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're very welcome. All right, Mr. Williams, I have unmuted you and I'm going to ask you to start your camera. I need to find out, are you in the right place? Tell me your name.
Brian Williams.
All right, good morning, Mr. Williams. Miss Drew, I don't think Mr.
Yes,
Williams
ma'am.
is in the right place, is he?
No, I don't think so neither. Can you give me a call?
All right, do you have a pen and a piece of paper, Mr. Williams?
Yes. Yes.
All right, let me have you write down the court's number, call my clerk, and she'll point you in the right direction, okay?
All right.
All right, that number is 313-965.
Okay. Okay.
2280.
Okay.
All right, very good. She'll point you in the right direction. Thank you.
What's her name?
Miss Drew.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too.
All right, and then I am ready I've called all of the specialty court docket for this morning. And so I am going to thank and excuse Attorney Reed and Attorney Fikes. Thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And also for the specialty court, I don't know if you all want to hang around since you're going to be absorbing some of these cases, but the case managers. But thank you all for serving. Have a great weekend. I'm available by phone, text, smoke screen, all of that. You want to order some DoorDash, have it delivered, I'm available, okay? All right, I'm messing with you all.
And we just want to say thanks for Mr. Lorenz's service to the court, Judge, and we wish him well.
Yeah.
Thank you, y'all.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Reed, you have placed yourself on mute. If you're saying something smart, I cannot hear you. There
I
you
did.
are.
Thank you, Judge. I was on mute. Thank you, Mr. Lorenz. Be safe. Long life. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Reed. Thank you, Attorney Fikens.
All right.
Best of luck to y'all.
All right. I'll see you all on Monday. Thank you for your service. All right. Ms. Drew, we are ready on Nathan Jones, and please don't be angry with me. I don't know that I told you we were bringing Mr. Jones back on Friday. And so I'm going to need you to read all 100 of his cases into the record because I am fortunate enough to not have them with me this morning. So, Ms. Drew,
Do you want her to email him, Judge?
She needs you to read all of Nathan Jones.
Okay. Okay.
and then I'll have everybody put their appearances on the record. And Miss Kathy, if you can hang here with us, well, we have one more good round for you, and then we are done for the morning with this part. All right. Ms.
Okay. Okay, calling case number for defendant Nathan Jones. First case number is U-563-09720, U-563-09820, U-563-10020, U-575-83220, U-575-83320, U-575-83620, U-575-83920, U-575-99120, U-575-99420, U-575-99520, U-575-99720, U-575-99820, U-575-99920, U-5811720, and the last case is U-5811730.
Are you sure that's it for Mr. Nathan Jones?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Appearances for the record. Let's start with the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alexa Schneider for the people, P80322.
Good morning. For defendant.
Good morning. Good morning, Your Honor. May it please the court, Andrea Bradley Baskin here on behalf of Nathan Jones and his guardian associates.
Thank
you. And Herman Griffin, P77169, appointed counsel of mental health court.
All right, wonderful. And Mr. Lorenz?
Matthew Lorenz, case manager for the 36th District Specialty Court.
All right, who's proceeding first? Who's gonna start?
Is this the people's motion?
Oh, Ms. Schneider, that means it's you.
I guess so, Your Honor. As Your Honor is aware, I am not the original attorney of record on this case. It's my colleague, Sydney Rogers, who is not present in the office today. My understanding is that Ms. Rogers submitted an order for dismissal. Mr. Jones, to my understanding, has been found to be incompetent. I believe that that order is already in the hands of Your Honor, Ms. Bradley, and Mr. Lorenz, and hopefully Mr. Griffin as well. I have no objection to that order going through. I think it would be most appropriate, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Ms. Schneider. I don't have that order, so please make sure that Ms. Drew has it and she can PDF it to me so I can sign it electronically. All right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ms. Bradley Baskin, anything on behalf of your client?
No objection as to the order of dismissal on behalf of all of the charges that were read on the record today.
All right, wonderful. And we will lose jurisdiction after the dismissal of those matters of Mr. Jones. Well, let me hear from Mr. Griffin. Anything you'd like to add, Mr. Griffin, before I rule on the motion from the people?
No, Your Honor. You know, I sometimes don't know if you're talking to me or.
Oh, I'm sorry, Attorney Griffin. I'm sorry.
Not a problem. No, Your Honor, no objection.
All right, very good. I do want to, before I give my decision on the motion or grant the motion, I want to thank all of the parties, from the prosecutor, Ms. Bradley Baskin, Attorney Griffin, Mr. Lorenz, Ms. Branch. I want to thank all of the parties for working together with respect to the matter of Nathan Jones. If you all recall, when Mr. Nathan Jones came to us, he was referred, I believe, the police came to us and said, look, he's out there. He has some real mental health issues. He has no family contact, and something bad is going to happen because he's out here, he's violating the law. And there was just this revolving door of Mr. Jones getting picked up or getting a ticket, not coming to court, going to jail if he was doing something too bad, and then being let go, sent to the hospital, what they call baselined, and then put back into the streets. And so all of you came together to make sure, how could we stop this revolving door? And I think everybody had to step out of their comfort zone, out of their probably job description zone, and all of those wonderful things to make sure that the goal of mental health court was satisfied. And that was that we could get Mr. Jones the mental health services that he needed and get him some stabilized living and get him under the care of someone who could make good decisions for him. And that is exactly what has happened with Mr. Jones. It's such a pleasure when I get a chance to see him because he speaks intelligently. He has been stabilized. He's been in a safe environment. He's eating. He's safe from the elements. And now, Attorney Bradley Baskin, he is going to be properly housed where he will not be on the streets, and he will be monitored with respect to making sure that he's taking his medication, following up, and all of those wonderful things. And I'm correct on that, right, Attorney Bradley Baskin? I am. I see you nodding your head. Yes. All right. And so I'm excited about that. And while he was never officially brought into mental health court because he could not take a plea after being found to be legally incompetent, still we carried out, I believe, the spirit and intent of mental health court. And so I am so grateful to all of you. And because he has that proper placement, and I feel good that he's not just going to be out on the streets, I am going to grant the motion from the people, and I'm dismissing all of Nathan Jones's charges. Attorney Bradley, please let him know anytime he wants to drop into the courtroom and say hi to this court, especially after he's gotten his hair cut and he's looking all good. He's telling me about his dental work and all of that good stuff. I would love to see him, to make sure he's still doing very well, because we haven't thrown him away. We're just putting him into safe, reliable hands. And so with that, the cases are dismissed. Thank you all.
Well, Your Honor, I just want to say a big thank you to you and this court and all that you do. This is an example of when it actually works. And, there are so many cases that we can't properly accommodate, or we have roadblocks. But I'm just so happy that we had the assistance of this court and this vigilance, and not a rubber stamp and passing along, but actually a caring hand to make sure that a person got where they needed to be and the help that they needed. So thank you to you, your staff. Your staff has been impeccable. And I just really, and co-counsel and sister counsel on the other side. So just wanted to say thank you, Your Honor. And he will be in safekeeping, I assure you, and I'll bring him back for you to see in a couple months.
Thank you. I
You're welcome.
appreciate that. I appreciate It's been a pleasure to work with you, and I'm certain we'll be working together, all of us, on continue, except Mr. Lorenzo, because he's leaving us today. I had to call you that before you leave. Somebody called him Mr. Lorenzo, and that just tickled me. It just tickled me. Right. I will indicate for the record on Ms. Holly. We have Ms. Holly coming back on Friday. The jail did sign on this morning at 8:30. Her matter has been adjourned, Mr. Griffin. I put a hold date of Friday for her of next week, April 30th. But what I am hoping is I'm going to get that order for Miss Holly, and hopefully we will have some placement for her before Friday, because it's gonna break my heart to see Miss Holly on Friday if we don't have her properly placed. It's gonna break my heart because I love her and I want her to be in proper placement.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right, everybody. I think that's it for the docket. Ms. Drew, let me know that you have sent over. I have an 11:30 meeting, but we're supposed to only meet for 30 minutes. And then let me know when you've sent everything over. I'll get it signed, and Mr. Lorenz.
Okay. Sounds good.
Well.
It's been a pleasure.
I miss you, Matt.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'll miss y'all.
Amen.
So.
We will miss you too. All right, everybody. Have a good day. And thank you
All
for serving, Miss Kathy. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, Your
All right.
Honor. Good
All
to see
right.
you.
Good to